All right, great to be here. I don't have any injuries. For an update for you, everybody's healthy.
Coach, Hollywood Brown came back in week 16. Since then, how have you seen him really open things up for what you guys are trying to do?
Hollywood, he's coming off a good game, this past game, and he gives you another experienced receiver in there that's got a lot of speed and ability. And he's done it before. We're lucky to have him with us, and he looked like he was on the same page with Patrick this past week.
Obviously, you know what it can be like coaching in Philadelphia. How impressed are you with what Nick Sirianni has been able to accomplish, especially in such a short amount of time?
Yeah, I think Nick's done a great job. I mean, anytime you get your team to 2 Super Bowls in a short period of time, it's tremendous. That's a tough city to coach in. A lot of competition with the different teams there, and Nick has really done a tremendous job there of coaching and keeping a little stability within the organization.
Hey, Coach, I was curious, when Patrick does a fingers thing, what do you think of you see?
Yeah, let's move on to the next play. That's kind of his deal. He just wants to play. And, I think it's a habit now. I just think it's part of him, and he didn't even think about it.
Mike?
Coach, when you talk to your players about complacency, successful teams, sometimes you can lose that hunger, but you guys haven't. What have you done to keep that competitive fire, that hunger going?
Now, listen, we try to focus on the game and try to keep it at that, and work hard. Sometimes when you work hard, it keeps you focused more so than backing off. And our guys they've done that. They do it through training camp. They're doing it up to this week and throughout the season. So, and I've got a good locker room. On top of that, some senior veterans there that don't let things slide in the locker room, and the coaches and the continuity with the coaches, I think, also helps. Yeah, Chris Jones is a huge part of our success. He'll have a big challenge this coming week here, so but he's one of the team captains and really a good football player. He's developed into a good leader.
Hey.
How do the older guys help out the rookies getting ready for this game? Yeah, the magnitude of this game, none of these young guys have experienced, and really some of the veteran guys too that haven't had this opportunity to come to the Super Bowl. So that's where I respect our guys so much, and them being willing to share with others. And it's not only the experience of coming to this, but it's when we had injuries, guys welcome guys in, and even though it might be your position, welcome them in and try to get them up to date and help us to win football games.
Right. In Mexico, you have a lot of fans. The Chiefs are very popular, and they're very focused. And you make a record for 3 Super Bowls in a row. What represents to you in your mind and your heart that you have the game versus Philadelphia, and you was the coach for Philadelphia for many years?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's unique for sure. Really unique to have it gone on twice here. So, but I have a lot of respect for the people in Philadelphia, how they run things, the city itself. And at the same time, I feel very fortunate to be in Kansas City with our ownership and our front office and how it works there. So I would tell you, from my standpoint, I feel very lucky, honored, privileged, all those words. I feel that I'm very fortunate to be in this position. Yeah. I'll be curious when we get to the owner meetings to kind of see how it played out and with the injuries and get that update. And, some of the things that the league was trying to accomplish with it. So, and see if they have anything that they want to change. But listen, it's different. It's been kind of exciting for have something new like that incorporated in the game. But I'm hoping that see what if the league got from what they wanted to.
All right.
How you doing, Coach? What motivates you to continue pursuing excellence, especially in your quest for your third consecutive Super Bowl?
Yeah, listen, we try to work hard. I mean, keep it that simple. We really know that it's about the game, and all this other stuff doesn't necessarily matter. It matters to people and the entertainment part of the business, but without the guys focusing on the game, or the coaches, or myself in that same boat there, that you lose track of what this thing's all about. You get really caught up in all this, and you can't get too far from what's real, and that's playing the game.
Coach. Coach. During your time in Green Bay under Mike Holmgren, is there anything that you've taken away from that staff and that time that you applied in these coaches moments, these big Super Bowl moments?
Yeah, I love my stay in Green Bay, 7 years. So I enjoyed that. Great people there. Mike Holmgren, I thought when I worked for him, I had a hard time believing anybody did it better. And then, now that I've been a head coach for a while, I feel the same way. So, and yeah, I took a ton from him. And he introduced me to the National Football League and the coaching part of that. And so I use that as a foundation for sure.
Coach, you're one of the best of all time. Battle and screen game at the right time. What challenges does the Eagles defense in particular pose in regards to the screen game?
Yeah, they're fast, so they recover quickly. They did a screen game is try to get the guys to rush up the field, thinking it's fast, and then dump it down with some blockers out there in front to mix the run game, pass game all in one play. But these guys, they don't get caught up too much on the screen game. They're able to recover quickly.
Go over here.
Hi, Coach. I know that you're keeping things in perspective in terms of how the game is going to go, but just hypothetically, we all know that Pat Riley coined the phrase three-peat. Can you visualize the thought of you being mentioned in the same sentence as an iconic coach figure like Pat Riley? Because this guy has won at all levels, and he's been able to coach a lot of different players from a lot of different facets.
Yeah, no, he's a great one. And that was a great little nugget he threw out there. It was saying, and but that's a different sport. That's the direction he went with it. And, that's not the only thing that made it great. But that was a great prediction there and a challenge. I think you guys have taken care of all that for me. I don't have to say much. So other than get ready to play the game.
Thank you.
Coach, it's already got to be surreal that you're facing the Eagles again in the Super Bowl. How about facing, they've got the kid, Jeremiah Trotter Jr. How surreal is it that you're facing his son?
It means I'm old. Yeah, no, listen, Jeremiah his father was one of my favorite players. And this kid, his son has done a tremendous job of getting at Clemson and now transferring to the Eagles. And yeah, I think it's a neat deal. We're on the same number. All that, yeah, that's a great deal. Great deal for the family.
Can you talk about your growth and seeing from Xavier Worthy this season and how he fits into the system?
Yeah, sure. So Xavier, I tell you first of all, he's not the biggest guy in the world, and for him to survive through 17 games in the National Football League and then a couple playoff games that we've had, I think is an accomplishment just in itself. And every week that he's done this thing, he's gotten better every week. And he and Pat have a great relationship, so he's got Pat's trust, and that takes a little bit of time to get and work, and with any quarterback in this league with a young receiver. So he's done that, and that's through hard work.
We'll go right here.
Hi, Coach Reid. Congratulations on making it to another Super Bowl. It seems like in every Super Bowl win, there was one special play, whether that was jet ship loss, corn dog against the Eagles, as well as Tom and Jerry Wright. I was just wondering for this game, is there another special play in the works?
Oh boy. I don't know that. I mean, time will tell, right? Ask me that after the game.
But coach over here, the fact that you get to face off against Vic Fangio again for the divisional coach, how unique is it, and even the fact that you're back in the Super Bowl in New Orleans when you won your first ring with the Green Bay Packers?
Yeah, that's something. I mean, coincidental for sure. Great city, New Orleans. Facing Vic Fangio, facing in Denver, Miami, and the Eagles in the same year. I feel like we've gone against each other a lot for a lot of years here. And, we're fortunate to have Steve Spagnuolo, but I tell you that Vic is one of those guys. He's just one of those real creative defensive minds that survived a long time in this league. He's been time tested and he has the trust of his players.
This hasn't been the easiest year offensively for you. Your injuries on offensive line, wide receiver. What kind of kept you guys going through and allowed you to rack up all these wins and not fall off the ledge?
Yeah, a little bit of what I was saying with veteran players, allowing these guys to become the best they could be in that short period of time. So within the offense and defense. And then the other part of that, which is huge, is Brett Veach and the job that he did on bringing players in. He and his crew there. So the personnel department, he has done an exceptional job. He's done it since he's been in that position, and no more than this year.
Up here.
I don't know. I'm not sure how to answer that. Which character would I be out of the? I don't even know myself.
Mr. Hunt said yesterday that it's certain that next year you're going to be back. And I'm wondering, I know winning is some motivation. What is your motivation for continuing to do a very difficult job? And is the most wins ever of any coach part of that motivation?
Yeah, that's not part of it. I enjoy teaching, so I don't get caught up too much on all the stats and all that, records and all that stuff. But I enjoy being around the guys. I enjoy football, the game. You can't put in the hours that we do and not enjoy it. I love the game.
Can you confirm, Mr. Hunt's?
Yes, I'll be back. He's going to have me back.
Good morning, Coach. I see the Kansas City Chiefs is a very stable organization. We see a lot of successful teams moving their coordinators, defensive, offensive, connect to other teams. How do you guys manage to avoid to give, for instance, Spagnuolo, something that you guys many years?
Yeah, that's a real good question. I thought he and Nagy might move on this year and be head coaches again. For whatever reason, it didn't work out. I mean, I don't know the answer. The owners know that what they're looking for, but I'm glad. That selfishly, I'm glad that they're with us right now, and hopefully they stay for a long time.
Coach, what's one challenge that you and the team have faced this season that you hope to remedy?
Yeah, I mean, every game has got its own challenges in it. The thing is, you don't want to get too high, you don't want to get too low in the game. You want to kind of find that area where you keep a steady climb. If something bad happens, try to learn from it and move on. But every game's got that. And every game's a little bit different. So we've doinked them in, we've blocked field goals, we've done, so whatever comes up, I'm sure our guys will handle it and move forward in a positive way.
We'll do a couple more. Go ahead.
Yeah, hey, Coach Andy. Hey, how important was it for Patrick to sit that first year and learn what you all handed him the key to the operation.
Yeah, I'm not saying he couldn't have been as great as he is now if he didn't sit, but I'll be with Alex Smith, I thought was something that you can't buy. And he was able to sit there and watch a guy that's the ultimate professional on and off the field, and just get an idea of the lay of the land of how things work in this league. And I think that's helped him in that part of it, in his career. But I'm sure if he stepped in as a rookie and played, he probably would have been just as great as he is now. But I think that helped.
Last one, go ahead. Coach, you talked briefly about Reid Hunt. He was, left Kansas City a number of years ago, came back 4 games into your season this year, and so far has filled in, the number of injuries that y'all had, and has had a great year.
Yeah, Kareem's he's a good kid, and had a great career at Cleveland, and we were able to. That was a good question. Anyways, it was. I got moving fast. So he did a nice job. I joked that we just pulled him off the couch and threw him in there. He had 21 plays the first game, 27 the next game, and kind of beat him up there without any introduction. So, but he sure handled it well, and he's having a good time. This is his first time at the Super Bowl as a player, and it's one of the neat stories.
Thank you.